Tom Vasel's top 100 games of all time. Some say that Tom is like a giant among men. Others say he's a little obsessed.
I don't even have a top 10.
Tom Vasel's top 100 games of all time.
Hey, we're in the top 50! Huzzah!
We're getting there.
And this is where my choices get scrutinized even more. I'm going through my top 100. This is the 9th year that I'm doing it. So taking a look at the different games on my list.
All right, beginning at number 50, Innovation.
Number 50 this year was 23 last year and 22 the year before that.
Wow.
It dropped out, and only because I just don't play it as much. And last year was it 23 years? Yeah, it was. Okay, that's because the first year this game came out didn't even make my top 100 at all.
You played it and it didn't make it?
Yeah, but then they released the first expansion, and I really liked it. Also, the first couple times I played it were with you guys, and you guys hated it so much.
What is this?
Innovation.
Oh man!
Innovation is a civilization card game which is fairly chaotic and has some good back and forth. It's best played with 2 or 3 players. Playing it with 4 is probably a mistake. The expansion, Echoes of the Past, really brought it out for me. And this year I got the yellow version with the cool graphics and stuff.
Yeah,
I really enjoy it.
the only thing the game has going
First
for it.
3 words that came out of his mouth. Civilization card game made me throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Well, while he says that, in my head, I think Yahtzee, the card game. So, because when he says some chaos, he means
Gobs of it.
that's what the game basically is. It's just a smack fest, and there's no why or if, and it's just
It's not a smack fest. Yeah, that's kind of, but I like it a lot.
there's nothing besides chaos in it.
Play it before you make your mind. I know the game is very divisive because there are, even though these 2 guys hate it, there are guys in a group who swear by it and love it. I was in the middle ground on it, but once I played the expansion, it really brought me around. I really like it. Anyway, that's Innovation.
Number 49, Risk Legacy.
Number 49 for me, which was number 82 last year, but it just came on the list last year, and I've played it several times since then, and I've said in an episode a few weeks ago that I'm going to spoil everything about this game in a year, because I believe in time limits and spoilers. I'm tired of walking around and still I start talking about Battlestar Galactica and people go, spoilers! So this is the only board game I know of that has spoilers in it, and that's Risk Legacy. You know, what's in the box? And now that's only going to end up till next year, when the new Legacy game comes out. Woohoo! We're very excited about that.
That sounds cool.
That's really cool. But Risk Legacy took the game of Risk, Risk is a fairly mundane game in my opinion. It's been overplayed to death.
That's a good word for it.
But this brought a lot of new life into it. Had some really unexpected things happen when you open the different sections of the box. And someday we'll tell you what those things are. But I enjoyed it, and I'm going to play the whole thing through to completion.
My only real nitpick about this is the stupid point system.
But see,
I don't know. I have to.
We've already gone through this. I think the point system's fine.
I have to get on this.
We have already gone over it.
I need to get this thing.
You need to get your name on the board.
No, I need to get this thing. I don't have it. I haven't played it. I got to get this thing, play it through before Spoiler McGee over here goes at it.
Spoiler Magoo. He does not. Oh, don't watch the video. You can't control yourself. Whenever you see spoilers, you're like.
I tend to. No, if there's a spoiler warning, I'm like,
stay away from
Oh, is that just me?
Yeah,
it's just you.
okay.
This guy reads the last page of the book first.
I do. That way I understand everything else. All right. Anyway, Risk Legacy number 49.
Number 48, Dixit.
My number 48 started on the list at 98 4 years ago, and last year was 42, so it's kind of settling into its position. It's a party game. Sorry, sir. But it is a party game, I think, that is going to be on my list for years and years to come because they keep releasing more cards for it every year, and that's Dixit. Oh, every time I go to the store, I'm like, is there a new Dixit expansion? I just want more of that artwork card.
There probably is.
You don't like Dixit as much?
I think he is falling asleep.
thinking about it. All right, whatever.
What? Were we talking about a game?
Goat cheese. that's my clue. Goat cheese.
I'll tell you.
Everybody goes, ooh, have a good one.
There have been some really wild Dixit games that I was with you one time, and I'm not going to mention some of the stuff that was brought up in that game, but
I'm sorry. Wild and Dixit, that just doesn't...
no, there's
That
some
does
pretty
not-
funny stuff.
that
If,
does not
if you
compute.
ever want to have a fun game of Dixit, this is what you do. You say, this card reminds me of Sam, and put it out, and then watch what everyone puts out, and then
That's awesome. That's
No, it's not awesome.
I haven't done that in any of my games yet.
Do it sometime,
We
though.
did play one where we only did sounds. I think I told you guys about this one. We had no clue words, no sentences, a sound. And so you get to the, everybody's going, and you always have those people who are a little bit shy, and they're going, okay, don't look at me, don't look at me. It's like everybody loses it as soon as they make like the smallest peep. Everyone loses it. So that's a wacky way to play.
See, that
Alright.
sounds fun to me.
Yeah, it's
That sounds fun.
Dixit is
Out of the
fun.
box, Dixit is not fun to me.
I like that it does have those boundaries you can play with. It is a party game with a lot of flexibility. So.
If you buy Dixit, there's a lot of versions. Dixit Odyssey would be my one of choice currently.
Is that the one that has a scoring track, which is the long way?
Yeah, that's
Right.
the best way to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Number 47, Wallenstein.
Number 47 was once in my top 10 and has now dropped down to 47. And that's only because when I played it,
How the mighty art fall.
no, it's still in the top 50. But it's a game that I like because of two reasons. One, strong Euro game with some attacking and lots of great things. And two, a cube tower. And that's Wallenstein. Now, I'm very specific on this, unlike Sam. Well, he's specific too. But I think Wallenstein, Shogun is a okay game. But I played Shogun, and the map, differences between the map of Japan and the differences of Germany really changed the game for me. In Germany, you're vulnerable. In Japan, it is possible for you to seal off and enter Japan and be pretty safe.
Okay.
No, definitely. I've seen it happen in games.
I think it's a much tighter game because it has such a smaller map.
Okay, but that's minor quibbles really about the map. I think the game system itself is fantastic.
Okay.
There's a lot going on in it. This is the last game I remember pasting up when I first got it. Putting things on the cards because I was so eager to play it. It only came out in German, but Queen
now-
has released a nice new gigantic box.
And they actually added in some mechanics that were in Shogun to
Right,
Wallenstein.
right. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
All right. So
Wallenstein, yeah, that sounds...
I'm still in Sam's camp on this one, though. I like Shogun better. The looks even just do it for me. I like the theme better. I like the looks better.
all right.
Cool.
2-1. We win.
Number 46, Colosseum.
Number 46 has been on the list ever since I've made it too. This is another one that's been on for a long time. And it's one of those games that I think isn't on most people's list, but it's because I love the theme, I love the components, and it's Days of Wonder, and it's Colosseum. I think Colosseum is a straight up super fun game that unfortunately just didn't really take off that much.
Right.
Not many people play it, but just the idea, if you think about it, it's like a lot of games. Get resources, use resources and sets to get points. But I felt like, hey, I'm putting on this cool show.
Right.
And hey, the Emperor stopped in to visit. Oh, that's cool. What's up, man?
That's an interesting scoring mechanism where you only score one round, the best round, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
There is no...
You don't go backwards.
Right, you don't go backwards. Like, if the best round you scored in, it's typically the last round. But if you score the...
But I have played one where someone won with their fourth round score.
Right, instead of the fifth, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an interesting scoring method. It's like a big push every time.
And phenomenal components.
That's true. For me, I don't know. I've played it only once, and it hasn't stuck with me, so I don't know why, but the game looks stunning, definitely. But I don't know, it just didn't... The flavor didn't hook me.
You give me grief, give me support. I know you like this one.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Props on this pick because I don't know. He was saying it didn't hook. It definitely hooked me.
Right.
It really felt like you were trying to get all of your different, your props and your actors and your athletes and your animals, and you were trying to work deals with people across the table through the trading part of it, and to get the people that you need. And then you had to look ahead because you want to put together a show. You don't want to have to go out and find all new stuff. You want to use some of the stuff that you have. It really, really felt cool. And, the roll and move mechanic, which is really, that's what you have to get the...
That's true. That's one of those...
console. That's all it is. But that really fit cool into this.
Yeah, it's like the guy's like, hey, I decided to stop by.
You can grow your area of landing in there.
Well, you can also pay these tickets to move them into the right spot, so it wasn't the end of the world.
Yeah, no, props here. I think maybe it got overlooked. Wasn't it released back when Days of Wonder was pumping out games?
It's back when they put out such great games
pretty quick, and this one just kind of got overlooked.
Well, for them, pretty quick means one a year, but
Yeah.
I like it. Coliseum.
Number 45, Galaxy Trucker.
Validation from Sam for this pick.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
Because I'm going to get lambasted by both my co-hosts on this, but I just want to point out that co-hosts can be wrong in games occasionally.
No.
This game, as soon as I played it, it was not my copy. I played it from someone else, and I wanted it so much. So thank you, Ben Lott, for selling it to me.
stole it.
No, Ben Lott sold it to me because I liked it so much. I lost so badly, and I laughed the whole time as I watched my ship getting blown into small pieces. Galaxy Trucker. What a fantastic game. I love it. I love the expansions. I think it's fun.
This is in your top 100?
It's in my top 50.
It's in his top 50, man.
Now listen, where is it? It's 45. It was 53 last year, so it went up. Although there was a point where it was 16. That's when it first came out. I was still enthralled by it. But I'm telling you, I know you guys aren't a big fan of it, but every time I bring it out, I have a blast.
A lot of people like it. Clearly, the game is extremely popular.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's just different strokes for different folks. Because man,
I'm the different folks.
that game is a mess. It is
Yeah,
a
that game
mess.
is
I mean, it
just-
looks like a mess when it's on the board because you got all that stuff.
It looks cool as you build your ship.
And it makes me think of... I'd put it right there with innovation, where you get the sense of doing something. You're not really doing anything. The game's kind of playing you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
giving you a false sense of hope.
It's just like you play with these bits and arrange them and do these size match, yay! And then it's like blah blah, throw it around. And
Love it.
you have fun. It's like half of the game.
All right.
Number 44, City of Iron.
Onto the list this year. As soon as I played the prototype of this game, I was really impressed with it. When the full game came out, I really enjoyed it. From Red Raven Games, I'm really thinking their games are good. Last year we talked about, what was the space game that came out from the Empires of the Void? Well, this is their second game, City of Iron, which is a pseudo deck building game, but it's resource collecting, although it's kind of fun to collect purple tentacles and sheer.
Is that what the stuff is?
So yeah, there's some cool little resources. Have either of you played City of Iron?
No.
I have not played.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what these guys' opinions of it would be, because it is a little bit heavy of a game, but there's a little bit of deck building. You have roles that you play, you have cards that you play, and you can buy more to put in your hand.
I tend to like that.
One of the things I like about it is when you put your decks down each turn, when you need to reshuffle your deck and put it back in, you can put them in any order you want.
So you arrange the deck?
Yes, but I mean we're talking like a 5 or 6 card deck.
Okay.
I mean it's not like it's a big deal, but you can put the cards you want on top, and each card, and in between turns you can buy more cards. But that's all like just a way for you to do the different actions on the board, which is basically controlling. But you can also attack regions and steal the resources.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm apprehensive of that. There's this new push going on. It seems like every other game that comes out is a deck building game.
Okay, but
Or some kind of
I would
card
be
game.
very
And
loath to say City of Iron is a deck building.
But what I'm saying is that I'm starting to feel like I'm being cheated.
Okay, but before you jump into that, this is not a card game that's masquerading as a board game. It is a fully functioning board game.
Oh, is that what
you just
how
happen
you
to
feel
have
cheated? Is that what
a
you
deck
mean?
of
Yeah,
cards.
when somebody says, "Here, I have this board game," and you open it up and it's a box full of cards.
Well, it's because they
It's a
should
card
have said it's
It's
a card
not-
game.
yeah, it's a-
I don't think anyone would debate with you that Dominion is a card game.
All right. Well, anyway,
I'm
we're
not
getting
saying-
way off topic. I'm
No,
just
we're
saying.
not. No, we're not.
Okay.
This is on topic.
City of Iron, great game.
Number 43, Dungeon Twister.
43 just had a card game version come out, but
Get him! But this is the board game.
this is the board
Okay,
game
take
I'm
that back,
mentioning.
take that back.
This was in my top 10 at one point, too. As time goes by, it's harder for me to find opponents for this one because it's a two-player game. But it's chess mixed with a dungeon, which is Dungeon Twister.
Oh, for a second I was going to go chess the card game? I must have missed that.
Nightmare Chess was actually pretty fun.
That's,
Oh, by the way,
sort of the card
This
game.
has nothing to do with my top 100, but I've been meaning to say this on the podcast. I'm just going to say it right now.
You just, off topic, off.
No, this is
you
off
can't go
topic.
off
No, this is off. That's it. If you're a designer of a board game and you're thinking, hey, how can I make chess more interesting? Shut up and do a different game. Okay? If I get one more chess variant in the mail, stop it. There's enough chess variants in the world. Make other games.
Triangle chess.
But anyhow.
Rant over.
Okay. But anyhow, this is a game which you're basically you have eight characters
Monsters or whatever.
monsters and different things, and you're trying to get them either across your opponent's line, like running through their line, or you get a point for killing each enemy.
Right.
You played Dungeon Twister, I think,
Yeah.
once. Yeah, and it has that same card combat system which you like from Lord of the Rings Confrontation.
Right.
They brought in there, but it's a very thinky game. There's almost no luck other than how the stuff starts out, and it's really cool. You can twist dungeons and move. Very tactical game. I like it. I like the expansions. They came out with Dungeon Twister 2, which is the same game, just with plastic miniatures.
Prison, right?
And then they stopped producing new stuff for it, and this year came out with a card game, which was cool. Hopefully we'll see more expansions for the board game eventually.
Cool.
So, Dungeon Twister.
Good pick.
Yeah, it's fun.
Wow, I was not expecting that. Hooray!
Number 42. Warriors.
Speaking of deck building, now listen, because you like this game a lot. I'm surprised there's not more games that are in this genre, which is close to deck building, but it's dice building. And this is Quarriors. Love Quarriors, especially with Quarterfacts. Quarterfacts really, to me, bumped Quarriors up.
Okay. Now, seriously. This is where I didn't feel slighted. I didn't feel cheated because I got a box full of dice. There is value there. Much more than a box full of cards.
That's all in the eye of the beholder.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I agree. It's 500 cards in a Dominion set. I mean, that's a ton of cards.
How many cards can you make for one die?
I have no idea. What?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
A billion?
We're talking about monetary value.
Okay, I don't care about
Talking about monetary value.
Well, I
That's
don't
what I
know.
mean.
I
I'm
have
feeling
no
cheated
clue.
because
Okay.
you give me a new board game or a new game, and all it is another card game.
You know what I need to do is I need to put a thing in each of my news videos each week, like Sam's rants.
Sam's
just let you-
rants.
Let me
Dun,
go
dun,
for
dun, dun, dun.
All right,
You stupids. Yes.
it's like the who's the guy Andy, on the 60 Minutes. He used to do the thing at the end.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Anyhow, way off topic now. Quarriors.
Yeah.
Build dice, really cool dice, simple game. But as I was saying, I thought Quarterfacts really brought it up because Quarterfacts, the expansion, allows you to either attack your opponents or send your people off on quests.
Right.
Gave you that option, which is a huge change to the game.
it is.
And I thought it was a lot of fun. Even the base game was fun, but this was 49 last year. Now it's all the way up to 42, I believe.
Yeah, the Quarterfacts gave it another dimension of possibilities and really provided the game with a little bit more legs.
I haven't played with that expansion.
Have you played? Do you like Quarriors?
It's all right. It's all right. Again, it's one of those things that didn't hook me. I enjoyed it while I played it, but I never catch myself going, you know what, I need to play some Quarters. Doesn't happen.
All right.
And number 41. Defenders of the Realm.
He will not be happy, but Sam would like this choice because this affronts like Z's favorite game, which I put. Where did I put your favorite game? It was already on the list.
Did we already do that?
Yeah, did we?
I don't know.
Maybe I haven't put it on the list yet.
Maybe
I
it's
thought I did.
on the list.
No, we did it.
Flip this table.
I'm looking.
Help you.
Okay, 77 was where I put Pandemic.
Okay.
Okay, and that's one of Z's favorite games. All right, this game Z thinks is a ripoff of Pandemic, but it's not. Instead, it's a fantasy with some of the same mechanics, and that's Defenders
It's
of the
a
Realm.
rip-off of Pandemic. I think for me, it's too close to Pandemic, and I like that theme better. That's all.
Okay, I just think though that in this one you have these generals that are marching towards your city. You got to stop these generals. I mean, the spread of the minions is bad, and you need to stop it. But it's these marching
Given
these
the
generals.
name of the game yet?
Defenders of the Realm.
Thank you.
Defenders of the Realm is a great cooperative game, which seems to be a theme of my top 100. But you know what? I'm guessing if you guys made your top 100s, you would have a lot of cooperative games there too. I think cooperative games are just really fun.
They are.
I love co-ops. Yeah.
And so Defenders, the first time I played it was prototype form. I said, something's got to print this. They did print it, and they printed it beautifully. Well, the board's a little not so beautiful, but the pieces are cool.
Right.
And the idea of rolling a dice and each character. See, one of the things about Pandemic was the characters were essentially the same with a minor difference in them.
Right.
In Defenders of the Realm, your character had like 3 or 4 different abilities. You really felt like, oh, the barbarian needs to go out and just go crazy, and the, the eagle rider goes out and shoots from aloft his mighty eagle.
There were more in-game implications to each character. Yes, I agree.
So, you like this one a lot.
Yeah, we'll give it.
All right, Defenders of the Realm.
I'll give you.
Woo! That was a turbulent 10. A turbulent 10. You guys were hating on Innovation and Galaxy Trucker. And
Rightfully so.
Those have got to be 2 of the worst games on the entire 100 list.
50.
okay. But I think as we go down to the top 40, I think for a while you guys will be pretty pleased with what I say. You will disagree with my choices, of course. But
Not always. You pick some good games.
thanks.
Every now and then.
Some of your stuff is good. Well, folks, until next time, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I am Sam Healy.
And you've been watching The Dice Tower.
Some say that Tom is like a giant among men. Others say he's a little obsessed.
I don't even have a top 10.
Tom Vasel's top 100 games of all time.